What if I told you that your 9 to 5 job might be the biggest trap you've ever walked into? You wake up, rush through breakfast, sit in traffic, clock and grind for hours, only to do it all over again tomorrow. Sound familiar? That cycle, that never-ending loop, that's the rat race. And here's the harsh truth. It was never designed to make you free. It was designed to keep you just comfortable enough not to question it. Most people will live their entire lives chasing the next paycheck, the next promotion, hoping that one day they'll finally have enough to relax. But that day never comes, because the system isn't broken. It's working exactly as it was built, to keep you working, spending, and repeating. But there's another path, a way out. And once you see it, you can't unsee it. Because deep down, you've always known you weren't born to pay bills and die. You were born to be free, to wake up with purpose, to live life on your own terms. So how do you break out? How do you escape the rat race and never work a job again? That's exactly what I'm about to show you. The rat race isn't just a metaphor. It's a system, a silent machine that feeds off your time, your energy, and your dreams. And the craziest part? Most people don't even realize they're in it. Here's how it works. You're taught from a young age to follow a script. Go to school, get good grades, land a safe job, and climb the corporate ladder. Sounds reasonable, right? But here's the problem. The ladder is leaning against the wrong wall. You work harder, get promoted, make more money, but your expenses grow with your income. A nicer car, a bigger house, a few more streaming subscriptions. And just like that, you're back to zero, except now with more debt and more pressure. It's a treadmill. You're running fast, but going nowhere. You're stuck in a loop of earning to spend and spending to survive. You trade your time, your most valuable asset, for a paycheck that disappears before the month ends. And the most dangerous part? The rat race rewards comfort. It gives you just enough to feel secure, but never enough to break free. It numbs your ambition, makes you fear risk, and teaches you to settle. But what if you stop running? What if the goal wasn't win the race, but to get out of it completely? There's a moment, a quiet, almost invisible shift. Maybe it hits you in the middle of your morning commute. Maybe it's after another long week where you barely saw your family. Or maybe it's just a deep, aching feeling that something isn't right. That life wasn't meant to be lived like this. This is the awakening. It doesn't scream. It whispers. It's that subtle voice inside you saying, there has to be more. And once it speaks, you can't silence it. You start to notice things. The tired faces on the subway. The way people dread Mondays and live for weekends. How every day feels like a copy of the last. You start questioning everything. Why am I working so hard if I'm still stressed about money? Why does it feel like freedom is always just out of reach? Why does life feel scripted? And then the most powerful realization hits you. The system isn't broken. It's doing exactly what it was designed to do. Keep you chasing, keep you consuming, keep you dependent. But here's the thing. Awareness is power. Most people never reach this point. They stay asleep, sedated by routine, numbed by distraction. But not you. Not anymore. Because once you've woken up, you can't go back. And that's when real change begins. Escaping the rat race doesn't start with money. It starts with mindset. You see, employees think in terms of security. Entrepreneurs, investors, and creators, they think in terms of freedom. That's the difference. And until you shift how you think, you'll keep chasing comfort instead of building independence. Most people are trained to think like workers. Follow orders, wait for permission, play it safe. But the truth is, no one ever got rich by playing it safe. No one ever built freedom by waiting for a raise. You have to start thinking like an owner, not just of a business, but of your time, your energy, your future. That means asking new questions. How can I create value? Instead of who will hire me? Or how can I make money while I sleep? Instead of how can I work more hours? It also means redefining risk. Staying in a job you hate for 40 years? That's risky. Depending on one source of income? That's risky. Betting on yourself, learning new skills, building something from scratch? That's freedom. Your mindset is the engine. If it's built for survival, that's all you'll ever do, survive. But if it's built for ownership, for creation, for legacy, you'll stop asking for freedom and start building it. This is the mental escape. Before you leave the rat race physically, you have to leave it mentally. And once you do, the world starts to look very different. So you've woken up. You've shifted your mindset. Now what? Now, it's time to build your escape plan, starting with income. But not just any income. We're talking about independent income. Money that doesn't come from trading hours for a paycheck. Money that works for you. This is where everything changes. Because here's the truth. You don't need $1 million to escape the rat race. What you need is income that doesn't depend on a boss, a clock, or location. Think digital products, online businesses, content creation, affiliate marketing, investing in stocks or real estate, selling your skills as a freelancer. These aren't just side hustles, they're exit doors. And yes, it's hard at first. You'll doubt yourself. You'll make mistakes. But every step you take toward building your own stream of income is a step away from dependence. Start small. Maybe it's $10 a month from a blog, or your first client on Fiverr, or your first dividend payment. It doesn't matter how big. It matters that it's yours. Because once you made even $1 outside the system, you've proven you can do it again, and again, and again. The goal is simple. Build enough income streams that cover your basic living costs. That's financial escape velocity. That's freedom. The average person waits for retirement. The free person builds income that sets them free now. And the best part? The internet has leveled the playing field. No matter where you live, no matter your background, you can create something valuable and the world can pay you for it. You just have to start. Most people think freedom is expensive, that you need to be rich, own multiple properties, drive a luxury car, travel first class. But here's a secret. Freedom is about how much you make. It's about how little you need to depend on anyone. Lowering the cost of your lifestyle isn't about sacrifice. It's about strategy. It's about cutting out what doesn't matter so you can double down on what does. Because every dollar you don't spend is a dollar you don't have to earn. Every bill you eliminate is one step closer to freedom. The truth is, many people stay trapped in the rat race not because they can't earn more, but because they keep increasing their expenses as fast as their income grows. It's lifestyle inflation, and it kills your chances of escape. But when you simplify, when you live lean, when you detach from unnecessary status symbols, when you stop trying to impress people who don't matter, you unlock something powerful. You buy back control. You realize that freedom isn't found in stuff. It's found in time, in peace, in waking up and choosing what your day looks like. So ask yourself, what can you cut, automate, or eliminate? What are you paying for out of habit, not happiness? What if you stopped chasing more and started building a life that needs less? Because the smaller your required lifestyle, the closer you are to breaking free. Freedom doesn't start with earning big. It starts with needing less. Escaping the rat race is one thing. Staying out of it, that's a whole different game. Because here's what happens once you start making money on your own terms. Once you taste that freedom, it gets addictive. But the old world keeps calling. Offers of stable jobs, safer paths, comfortable routines. And if you're not careful, you slip right back into the cage you worked so hard to escape. So, how do you protect your freedom? You build systems, not just income. You create habits that keep you sharp, disciplined, and focused. You automate your finances, diversify your income, and build buffers so one setback doesn't pull you back in. More importantly, you never stop learning. The world changes fast. And the only way to stay free is to keep growing, personally, mentally, financially. You also surround yourself with people who get it, people who are building, people who don't just talk about freedom, they live it, because your circle will either push you forward or drag you back. And maybe most important of all, you stay grateful. You remember why you left. You remember how it felt to be trapped, because that memory will keep you grounded, hungry, and humble. This isn't just about quitting a job. It's about rewriting the rules of your life, about choosing time over titles, impact over income, meaning over money. You don't have to be a billionaire to live free. You just have to be intentional, consistent, and bold enough to walk a different path. So don't just escape the rat race. Burn the maze behind you